Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to a new video. My hair, wow. Since the last video you might notice my hair has changed quite a bit. It usually looks a lot better than this, but the minute I decided to start filming, I look like I've got a... What is going on? I usually look hot, I swear. I don't know what's going on. The hell? Okay, it's whatever, you're just gonna have to deal with me looking like this. I don't know what happened. My hair just does a thing of its own, and then when I need it to look nice, it looks like crap, and then when I don't need it to look nice, it looks immaculate. Does anyone else have that problem? Because I do. Anyway, I probably look a bit different since the last video. Honestly, the last video was filmed before Christmas, but I only just got it out like 2 weeks ago. I've looked like this since like mid-January, so I'm used to looking like this by now, but you're probably not used to me looking like this unless you follow me on social media. I got black and green hair now. It's very short. This wasn't the plan, but it's what ended up happening. I promise it looks nicer. I'm going to insert photos so you can see. I am usually a hot bitch, but I just didn't want to do that today, apparently. I just wanted to look a bit mid, so that's what's going on now. I think I look a bit weird, but it might just be the camera. I don't know. Anyway, before we get into the video, very important guest. Say hello, Casper. Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure some of you only watch my videos for Casper, and honestly, I can't blame you. Look at him. He's adorable. Oh my god, I look... What is going on? What if I just look like Rem or Ram for a bit? Would this annoy you? You could say my hair's making me look like a bit of a clown today. And no, this wasn't planned, it just came to my head. In 2016, the biggest horror unfolding in 15-year-old Malachite's life was her upcoming GCSEs. Meanwhile, people worldwide were shocked at the horrors unfolding online. What were those horrors, you may ask? Well, if it wasn't already obvious by the fact that I've mentioned clowns a few times and by the title of this video, the horror was killer clowns. Yeah, the 2016 Killer Clown Epidemic. But what exactly happened in 2016? Why were people dressing up as clowns and going around allegedly committing literal crimes, chasing children, and just being a general nuisance to the public? As someone with a sort of clown phobia, this was kind of a nightmare for me. This time, it was interesting. I had the nightmare of attending school, high school. We all love high school, don't we? I had my upcoming GCSEs, because this all went down in October, so I would have just started my last year of high school. So I had my upcoming GCSEs, and now there were supposedly killer clowns running around, so amazing time to be alive. To be honest, I was quite fascinated with the craze at the time. As someone with a big interest in the weird going-ons in the world, I found this quite interesting. But as soon as the clown sightings were getting a little too close to home, yeah, I was kind of shitting my pants. I did not want to go outside and hear any clowns calling me from the sewers, offering me a red balloon. Like, I would go outside, but if I saw a clown, I would either A, shit my pants, or B, shit my pants. Because, I mean, as a woman or even a young girl, a stranger approaching you is terrifying anyway when you're on your own. If they are dressed up in a mask or makeup, clown makeup, and have a weapon, alarm bells are going off. I'm running. I'm shitting and running at the same time. But what the hell started this craze? Where did it come from? Why clowns? Seriously, why clowns? We've already done a deep dive on the Momo challenge and the mass hysteria that caused, so I figure, hey, why not deep dive into another thing that caused mass hysteria worldwide? And today that is exactly what we're gonna do, so let's get into it, shall we?
Creepy clowns running around cemeteries and city streets scaring people. There have been reports around the country, and now here in Chicago too.
Now there are reports right here in Fort Wayne, Chesapeake,
San Diego,
Sterling Heights,
McDuffie County, Georgia,
Central Indiana,
Perth.
Spotted the clown scaring kids near her school.
person dressed in a clown suit.
So we realize it's a clown.
The clown scaling the main gate.
In 2016, clown sightings were being reported more and more frequently. People disguised as these evil killer clowns were mostly sighted near schools, forests, fields, and eerily standing quietly in streets at night. Sightings were actually reported globally, from the UK to the USA, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, and like 18 other countries, unless I named one of those 18 already. Forgive me. In August of 2016, police started receiving reports of these so-called killer clowns. While it did quickly spread worldwide, the first supposed sighting of Killer Clowns, takes us all the way to Green Bay, Wisconsin, USA. Of course, it started in America. Nobody's surprised, are they? By mid-October 2016, clown sightings have been reported in nearly all of the states in the US, 9 out of 3 provinces and territories in Canada, and 18 other countries. That's your 18 other countries, there you go. Okay, yeah, so US, Canada, and 18 other countries. So 20 countries in total. So by mid-October, the clown epidemic had spread worldwide already. It spread like wildfire. It was quick to spread. It started in August and had spread globally by October. While the killer clown hysteria hit its peak in 2016, it all actually began a few years earlier. So let's go back to 2013. Prior to the 2016 epidemic, in 2013, sightings of a creepy clown had been reported in the town of Northampton in the UK. I'm still blaming you Americans for this though, and you'll see why. The Northampton clown sightings were reported in September and October of 2013. However, this was far from anything sinister, and in some weird, twisted way, it could be seen as kind of wholesome when we get to it. You'll see what I mean. Because you see, this particular clown was the work of 3 local student filmmakers. Alex Powell, Elliot Simpson, and Luke, I'm going to butcher his last name, I apologize. Luke Ubansky? Luke Ubansky. The whole thing actually started as a fun university project because, you know, they were students. They were making a student film and they had to do some marketing for the film. And that's how this all started, because their film was actually about a clown.
Do you enjoy what you do?
Yes, of course. I like making balloon animals.
Hi, I was wondering, can you make a balloon for my boy?
And being pretty clever with it, actually, they decided to debut this clown character to the world on Friday the 13th. The clown supposedly shared looks with Pennywise from It, Stephen King's Tit. And of course this garnered some attention, because of course it will. Why would a clown just standing there not garner any attention? I personally don't really think it looks like Pennywise, but I'm thinking of the newer Pennywise, not the old ones. Maybe that's why. But due to the attention that this clown garnered, the trio actually decided to make a Facebook page for the clown, dubbing it the Northampton Clown. And as I mentioned earlier, this was all a marketing strategy for the film that they had to make for the university project. Alex already had a clown costume and initially used it to just scare a friend. But since that went so well, they continued. This then led to one of Alex's friends sharing a post about the clown on Facebook, and that post practically went viral. In fact, the page did so well that at one point, the Northampton Clown had over 300,000 people following it online. Is all you have to do to get somewhere online be a clown? Because baby, I am the whole circus. No, but seriously, I'm an idiot, so if you need a professional clown, please hire me. These people were actually pretty eager to see where the clown would turn up next, trying to solve clues to find out where it would appear next in the town.
We are at Abington Park looking for the Northampton Clown. We're here going towards the pond now just to see if we can find him around there, because on a Facebook post he said he would be down here sometime tonight. So we're going to go and have a look now and we'll keep you updated.
Park on our way back into town to see if we can find the clown.
In some respects, it had a positive effect on the community. People were asking for pictures with the clown and everything, but of course, your Karens and Kyles complained and probably put a dampener on it, you know? I'm not sure how the Northampton Clown came to an end. I tried to look for it online while researching this video, and I couldn't find anything about it. It doesn't have a social media presence anymore, is what I mean. There are a few articles about it, but there's no social media presence for it. However, I did find the YouTube channel of Alex Powell and Elliot Simpson, where they do actually feature what I presume is the short film that they were working on. Don't know yet to actually watch it as of this video. But I'm presuming the Karens and Kyles of Northampton had something to do with the clown's disappearance. Or maybe it was just because who wants to carry on dressing up as a clown years and years on? It was a university project. They didn't need to do it forever. But it does make you wonder why this clown appealed so much to the general public. And I think part of the appeal must have been the mystery that surrounded it. Who was the man behind the clown? What in the ever-loving hell was he doing? Alex Powell actually did get unmasked by the media before the clown had even existed for a year, but carried on doing so because of the positive effect it had on the community, and he just enjoyed doing it. And of course, due to the Northampton Clown's success, this would then go on to be emulated by others. In fact, in March 2014, a man known as Matteo Maroni, owner of the YouTube channel DM Pranks, started dressing up as one of these evil clowns and would basically prey on unsuspecting passers-by and terrify them. As someone with a clown phobia, I will shank you if you do that to me. You have been warned. And obviously prank videos like that, as stupid as they can be, they garner hundreds of millions of views, which is what his videos were doing. So of course this then seemed to cause an influx of clown sightings in California in October of 2014. Though these specific sightings seem to center around a specific clown dubbed the Wasco Clown. Wasco, I don't know, Wasco Clown. But yeah, he was dubbed the Wasco Clown because he was sighted primarily in Wasco, California. Then in 2015, a clown was sighted in a cemetery in Chicago. A cemetery of all places. How horrific is that? 2 residents supposedly spotted the quote-unquote creepy clown scaling the gate of the cemetery. This cemetery was Rose Hill Cemetery in Chicago, as we mentioned. And this clown, for whatever reason, just so happened to be doing this late at night. As if being a clown in a cemetery wasn't creepy enough, you have to do this shit at night. This is why I don't leave the house. These 2 people just so happened to be recording when this took place. And I'm presuming that this was after the clown scaled the fence because we don't actually see that in the video, but I'm just going to play this video for you and let you see it for yourself.
That's fucking terrifying. That's disgusting. What the fuck?
Yeah, so it's weird, right? Police did actually go and investigate Rose Hill Cemetery and didn't find anyone. Nothing came of it, which is kind of creepy if it was real.
You are looking at cell phone video of a person dressed in a clown suit, trespassing at the Rose Hill Cemetery in the dead of night.
It's pretty sick. It's creepy.
Julia Graham was, quote, freaked out when she figured out what the image was that she saw running toward the cemetery main gate.
And when we get closer, we realize it's a clown, which is super weird.
The first picture her husband snapped was of the clown scaling the main gate at the Ravenswood Avenue entrance.
This was somebody like putting forth a lot of effort and being really weird.
In the daylight, you can see the fence is about 7 feet high. Not an easy climb for anyone, let alone someone in a clown costume.
It happened around 10 o'clock when the cemetery was clearly closed and locked for the night. Officials here don't know what to make of it because other than the trespass, they haven't seen or received any complaints of vandalism.
Cemetery officials wouldn't go on camera, but CBS 2 did show them the video, and they called the clown trespassing incident bizarre. It also isn't the only case.
Oh my God.
Videos and photos of creepy clowns surprising people on the streets of California at night went viral last year.
Oh my God.
And in New York, more of the same, but again, for some reason, in cemeteries.
Oh my God.
She didn't know about the other cases until we showed her.
That is like making light of a cemetery to me. Like just out to have a stroll with balloons.
Eventually, the clown, caught in the headlights of Graham's car, turns around and without saying a word, takes off into the darkness of the cemetery.
And you think that's disrespectful to the people that are buried there?
Definitely. I just think it's creepy and wrong.
Dave Savini, CBS 2 Investigators.
If that wasn't a setup and that was a genuine sighting, then people have way too much time on their hands. But the reason I had to go back and explain all this to you is because everything that we just discussed so far builds up to the 2016 Killer Clown Epidemic. As I mentioned earlier, the 2016 Killer Clown phenomenon started in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It was rumored that clowns were attempting to lure children into the woods with money or just by loitering. Meanwhile, other sightings had clowns allegedly trying to lure children in with candy. That was actually reported to the police, but again, nothing came of it. There were no arrests made, so take that with a pinch of salt. But if that actually did happen, even if it was just a joke, that's weird. You're gonna offer kids candy and lure them somewhere, that's just weird, even if it's for a joke. Stay away from children. Nonce. But it would end up being 5 pictures of a clown roaming around a vacant parking lot under a bridge in downtown Green Bay that would spark this whole Killer Clown Epidemic. These 5 pictures would end up going viral on August 1st, 2016. So literally the first day of August, these pictures went viral. And seemingly due to the uproar that these images caused, a Facebook page was created that dubbed the clown Gags. And due to it going viral, news outlets were picking up on it. Fox News, you name it, they were all discussing this clown sighting. They wanted to get to the bottom of it because it was causing mass hysteria. People were fearing for their lives. However, this specific sighting ended up being a publicity stunt for a short film that was then unreleased called Gags. So even this one ended up being fake because it was just a publicity stunt or a marketing strategy for the film Gags. This of course inspired people to continue the whole clown sightings thing. Because after the sighting in Wisconsin, numerous sightings began to pop up across America, like all over America. There were now clowns popping up everywhere, all because of you, Wisconsin clown, Gags the clown. This is your fault. In October, further sightings were being reported in Canada, and the first few sightings were being reported in the UK and Australia. Us Brits were understandably horrified by it, especially with the pressure being put on the police and the resources, as, you know, police were receiving a lot of calls about these so-called killer clowns, and nobody really knew what was going on. All we knew was that there were murderous clowns roaming around the country. That was it. And since I am British, obviously I'm going to focus more on the British side of this because I was 15 at the time and I have no idea what was going on in America, and I researched, and it's actually kind of hard to find a lot of stuff on the Killer Clown stuff nowadays that is actually like solidly truthful, that has evidence behind it. But yeah, a lot of what was reported about the clown epidemic at the time it was happening ended up being false. So I'm just going to focus on the British part of it for now because that is what I know better than the American one, and I don't want to like misinform you guys. So yeah. Plus, I can tell you what I myself at 15 experienced. The killer clown sightings were all the rage. I mean, our school sort of got put on a lockdown. We will discuss that later because now I want to discuss October 2016. Because what happened in October 2016, you may ask? A 30-year-old man, who probably still lives at home with his mother in his basement because he clearly has nothing else better to do, was arrested and cautioned in Norwich after he chased, wait for it, and terrified a woman in a public park dressed as a clown. A 30-year-old man. Even if he wasn't dressed as a clown, that would be horrific. What the hell are you doing at 30 years old doing that? Come on now. He was arrested and cautioned for that, and then on the 9th of October, Thames Valley Police said that they were called to 14 incidents in just 24 hours. 14 incidents within 24 hours. That is insane. I didn't even know it was that bad over here, to be honest. In County Durham, 4 children were followed to school by a man dressed in a clown outfit, armed. I mean, it turned out to be a plastic machete, but nonetheless, that is scary as hell. A grown man following 4 children to school with a weapon, fake or not only is that stupid to do, but it must be absolutely horrific for the children. Imagine that. Even as an adult, that would be horrible to be followed by someone who seemed to be armed. Do these men have nothing better to do? Do you just hit your 30s and then have nothing better to do than go out just as a clown, horrifying children and women? Like, I'd like to see you go after another man, mate. Anyway, in a separate incident in County Durham, what the hell was going on in County Durham? Dunham, I can't say English words. Police in Peterlee actually posted a photo on the Facebook page of 2 clown masks and a plastic machete that they had confiscated from 2 12-year-old boys who officers had said had gone to a primary school to scare children. Obviously, that's more acceptable. It's still like, what are you doing? But kids will be kids, you know what I mean? Kids do stupid shit. I'm an adult. Kids don't think things through. Clearly, adults don't either, but it's more acceptable for children, you know what I mean? They're just having fun, even if it's at the expense of small children. And while I'm not going to go through every arrest, because there are quite a few arrests and I don't want this video to be like an hour long. I kind of wanted to do a shorter video this time, but I don't want to miss out anything important. So I'm just going to show you snippets of news articles discussing the arrests that happened in 2016 and around the whole clown epidemic thing. There was just a lot more arrests than I expected, to be honest. So what caused the clown craze to spread like wildfire? Well, we've already discussed how the odd post had gone viral and how the media had picked it up and discussed it on the news and stuff like that. But ironically, it was all the Karens and Cals complaining on Facebook that actually encouraged people to keep on doing it, because as humans, when we're told not to do something, we're gonna do it. Don't press the red button. We're gonna press the red button. But yeah, people complaining about it on Facebook, especially like understandably worried and concerned parents taking to Facebook to complain about it and share their worries about the whole epidemic. It just further encouraged people to jump on the trend. Some were doing it for fun, some were doing it to just be assholes, and others were just 30-year-old men with nothing better to do on a Sunday night. I mean, especially kids. They would love to hop on this trend, especially when they're told not to. Kids love doing things that they're told not to do. Now, I personally never went out clown hunting because I have a weird relationship with clowns. Like, I like them, but stay away from me. I can watch Terrifier and be fine with it. I quite like Art the Clown. I love Art the Clown. He's baby girl. He's literally a horrific murderer, but he's baby girl, you know what I mean? But then if a clown dares to approach me in real life, I will shit my pants, as we've already discussed. However, my sister did actually have some sort of experiences with the clowns at the time and kindly agreed to be in this video, so I'm going to quickly cut to that.
Starting ASMR. Everyone, I dressed for the occasion. I got skeletons.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, what's my video? Oh, clowns. I was like, what's my video again?
Wait, you have 2 mics?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it came with 2.
I didn't know.
This is my sister.
Hi.
Do you want to introduce yourself or no?
I don't know. I don't like introducing myself. Hey, besties.
Hi, besties. This is my sister.
Hi, I'm Amy.
And you already know me. I don't need to introduce myself.
And I'm nervy.
The actor is nervy.
I don't know.
The girl who acts is nervy for a YouTube video. So the reason I've got you here today is because you actually have some sort of experiences with the so-called killer clowns when it happened back in 2016. I actually forgot about a lot of what happened. I just blocked a lot of high school out, so I actually forgot about it. Exactly. We all love high school. I actually forgot about stuff that happened, but it's only when we briefly spoke about it that I actually like sort of started remembering stuff. Like I forgot about the phone calls and that account and how they threatened to
come to our school.
Yeah. So
when we were there.
Yeah, so do you just want to like sort of tell us what you witnessed?
Yeah. So POV, I think I was in year 8 or year 7, I don't know. But now I'm 20, nearly 21, so however that lines up.
If it helps, I was in year 11.
So I was a year 9.
It was September, October, so
year 8. Okay, so I think I was in year 8, so it was a very long time ago. Not that it looks it. So basically, I completely also blocked all of this out until you posted it, despite the fact we live in the same house. She posted it to a story, and that's how I found out. And I swiped up being like, oh my god, wait, I have like evidence. Like, not like, I don't have a sighting of a clown, because that's like
bit rare.
Yeah, bit rare, like round here.
They came locally, but we never personally saw them.
I have like video evidence of phone calls and messages, and as we're filming this, I've not fully looked back on them yet.
I've not seen them yet.
I've revisited them the past few months, so she'll add whatever I miss out here. But I just remember there's definitely a video of a phone call. So POV, you're in year 8 and you're in the girls' toilets, and you're all like, how old are you in year 8? 12?
12,
so
13.
I would have been 12. So you're all 12. Do you know, like in primary school when you do like Bloody Mary and challenges like that? Well, we were doing, there's a Killer Clown account, and they're posting phone numbers, let's call them. Don't do that. But we did. I didn't call them off my phone. We go no caller ID. We'd call them, and it was playing the like creepy music while we were on hold. I don't remember too much of like what actually happened. I just remember calling them.
Did they pick up?
I think so. I don't remember. Sorry, I should have watched the videos first, so you can add in more extra details I'm missing. But I'm pretty sure they picked up and they said something, and we got scared and hung up. But then there's also messages, and there used to be an account. I think they were for like each area around like Britain at least. I don't know the rest of the world, but like,
local
different
place.
towns. Yeah, there was an account for our town, and they were threatening to come to like schools around our area, and they threatened to come to our school. So I
remember everyone losing their shit about it, being like, "Oh my god, killer clowns!"
I know. So obviously everyone was like, "Oh my god!" Like,
nothing ever happens at our school that's exciting. I witnessed some girl's appendix burst in front of me, but apart from that,
exciting.
Hey, it was either that or maths in the morning, so she was fine, by the way. She's absolutely fine.
There was a killer clown. Oh my god.
It's a tongue twister.
A killer clown account for every like town, like place, anything, you name it. And there was one for our area at the time, and they were threatening to come to our school. So obviously everyone was really scared, especially us year 8s.
It was like
we
a strict Catholic school as well.
Yeah,
nothing ever happens
there. Never had a lockdown. Had.
Oh, we had one lockdown.
Not when I was there.
It was, I'm sure it was. It's when that man just showed up and there were rumours he had a knife and the police came. That's why we have gates around the school.
People jumping over the gates with knives. I've heard of that.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know what really happened, but we went into some sort of lockdown.
Yeah, and basically they threatened to come to our school. So then the next day everyone was like, "Oh, the killer clowns are going to come today." Like, low-key a joke, low-key terrified, low-key pooing myself.
Shit my pants once again. That's all I've said this video is just, I'm going to shit my pants.
So true, I did. That's why we went on lockdown. It was all over the school.
Our uniforms were brown anyway, it's fine.
It goes so off topic, and I've had really bad
ADHD, 2 people with ADHD, woo.
Wow, it really runs in the family. You're gonna have to do so much editing out. We've been going for 5 minutes and I've not barely started the story. So they were threatening to come to our school, so the next day we were all like, lol. Then we were also like kind of scared, but we're like, what's the chances? Like, this is just some like fake account, somebody in school's probably running it. Well, I don't think so, because the next day we started to have a lockdown, a bit of a fire alarm procedure, but there was no fire alarm going off. We just had a bit of a lockdown.
You know how they get you to line up on the playground outside when the fire alarm goes off and they go through the register and you have to stand silently in a line? That's what happened, but there was no fire alarm.
And when there's a lockdown procedure, this is such a specific detail, so it's really weird, but I remember it because after this moment we had lockdown like tests, but like barely. But anyway, the doors would shut themselves, and I don't think they did that in a fire, or at least certain doors wouldn't.
They can't do that.
They wouldn't do that in a fire because there'll be people in the school, and all the doors were like shutting themselves. I literally saw them shut.
We got that American school experience.
Yeah, and then we were all stood on the playground, and we were all like scared because we're like, oh my god, they're actually here. This is the lockdown. There was a rumor that's why we were having the lockdown. And at first we didn't think that, but when we saw all the doors shut, which doesn't happen in a fire alarm, and there wasn't a fire alarm going off, and I don't know why they'd line us up on the playground.
I was just thinking that. Why would they take us outside?
I don't know. I don't. Maybe they thought someone was trying to get in. Like
maybe someone was in, and that's why they were shutting the doors.
Yeah. So then maybe because then we were on the playground, and then I remembered people being like, "Oh my god, I can see somebody in the woods." But like, obviously, you don't know if they actually did it, just adding to the drama. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. We had a whole lockdown.
We never really found out what actually happened. Did we? It was like it happened, and they never spoke about it.
They never said a word. They never told us anything.
We just carried on as long as you do.
Killer Clown's Lucky just died out at some point. I don't really remember the start to end. I just remember this, and then it
kind of died down after Halloween.
It's out of season after that. Yeah, that's all the stories. I have a mini lockdown, and we never really knew what happened, and the school wouldn't really tell us, but we had these accounts threatening to come to our school, which it's scary anyway, somebody threatening, you don't know who it is, but because like there was partially a part of us all that thought, oh, somebody's messing, and then we had this whole lockdown the next day, and people are like, oh, I can see somebody, but like obviously you don't know unless you saw it yourself.
Yeah, it's like it's most likely just like other kids behind the account, but then when your school goes into lockdown and you're never told what the hell happened, it's a bit sus.
And they wouldn't go into I feel like our school's the kind of school that like didn't care enough. Like they wouldn't have gone into lockdown if just for an Instagram DM threat. So
they took it seriously, but I don't think they'd lock it down. No, not a chance.
And we never had a lockdown. That was the only lockdown in my entire 5 years.
The one that I remembered.
Yeah, I don't.
Because they actually made us stay in one of the math classrooms. It's when barely anybody in our year was in school because they had like the Normandy trip or something.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. I vaguely remember it, and then there was rumors someone had not come in, but like entered school grounds with a knife, like a full-grown man, and there was police, but I don't know what. Again, they just don't tell us anything.
Which would have been nice for them to tell us stuff, but they didn't keep us updated. Like, literally, the only other time when I was still in school, because we're like a few years apart, so
there's like 3.5 years between us.
Yeah. So, like, obviously, she left, and I still had like 3 more years of school or something. So like, in my time, that was the only like actual urgent thing. There was rumours and stuff, and like people are jumping the fences with knives from like a different high school. But once again, we didn't even have a lockdown for that, and I'm pretty sure that actually might have happened. So that's funny.
But we did get fences put up after one of the rumours, so you know.
Yeah, no, I think yours is an earlier thing. I think yours is a different thing. It
probably was because we were still in the math section in Farm, and that was year 7, year 8.
And we've always had fence, like nothing changed about the school the entire time.
Okay,
I joined just after the new builds and stuff.
Can you believe it was next year marks 10 years since that happened, the clown thing?
And 10 years, yeah, because 10 years this year when I started high school and finished primary school.
I'm only 23 and I feel like I'm 93. Jeez. Get so off topic. It's so easy to go off topic when there's two people with ADHD just yapping about school. Did you ever go out hunting with your friends, clown hunting?
No, the closest thing I did to that was Pokemon Go hunting in year 7.
That is not what I asked. So you never went clown hunting apart from the phone calls?
No.
And did anyone you know?
Not from memory. I get scared really easily, so I'm like, we're very opposites in that department. Like you would go clown you would go clown hunting. I'd be at home hiding under the covers in bed.
I was kind of shit my pants because at the time, even though I'm very much into the darker side of things now, back then, even though I didn't really dive into it as much as I do now. Like I like true crime, but I stayed away from it, sort of thing.
And I hate true crime.
I don't like clowns.
Love this channel though, subscribe. But
hey,
I don't do well.
It's not just a true crime channel.
No, but I'm just saying the true crime.
Is this a true crime video?
I don't really know.
It could sort of be.
I never knew of anyone going to hunt for them. Just like the messages and the phone calls is as far as I knew it went. And I just witnessed it. I never did the messaging or the phone calls. I stayed far away from it because it's that scary.
I don't think there's anything else I need to ask you. I think that's...
If I have any extra things, they'll be added in the video and explained. But the phone call and the messages are like things that stand out the most because it was actually scary.
I have no interest in stories from that time. But yeah, thank you for sharing your experience with those guys.
The viewers. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. I don't know how to end these things.
I don't know either. Thanks for listening to the story, guys.
I'm funny about it.
I hate outros. I hate intros.
What if I just click my fingers and you disappear? What if I just click my... Yeah, okay.
Wait, let me say like thanks.
Okay. Go.
Okay. Thanks.
Oh wait, I didn't keep my hand up. Come back.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Yes, that's that. Back to me. We're going to be a bit more serious now, as unfortunately there was at least one recorded death with evidence behind it. According to NBC Philadelphia, a 16-year-old boy was stabbed to death. Though police said it was unclear who was actually wearing the clown mask, whether it was the 16-year-old boy himself or whether it was the person who stabbed him. It was unsure, so I'm not actually sure who was wearing the clown mask, but at the end of the day, a 16-year-old boy got stabbed, and that is just awful. But what was clear to them is that someone wearing a clown mask provoked the confrontation. There isn't a lot reported on this incident, so it was kind of hard to find out what happened, but it's tragic either way. Someone lost their life, and what started as a harmless, funny prank, or what was supposed to be a funny, harmless prank, ended up with a 16-year-old boy tragically losing his life. Of course, there were other incidents where people were injured and harmed, but that is the only death that I could actually find that, actually had news articles from reliable sources. So as far as I'm aware, only one person died. But all of these things combined led to people fearing for their kids' safety and for their own lives, and understandably so, because someone died, people were getting injured. There were rumors that, the rumors were the worst thing, because there were rumors that there were loads of clowns with weapons, and while it wasn't true, at the time, you didn't know what to believe. People were even scared to leave their own homes. Why a clown? What is it about clowns that we find so scary? So a fear of clowns is known as coulrophobia. Coulrophobia. It's not a very cool fear to have, I'll tell you that now. And from the research I did, the most popular reason behind why people are so scared of clowns is due to the makeup. Because the makeup makes it hard for us to see their facial expressions, so if they have furrowed brows, they're angry, and it makes us on edge because we can't see that, so we don't know they're angry. What are they going to do to us if they're angry? You know what I mean? And the makeup can look kind of uncanny valley. I mean, the exaggerated features, the big red lips. I also don't like the clowns that frown and they have a tear, because I'm like, why are you sad and why are you choosing to be a sad clown? That is not funny. That is not happy. Stop it. Be a happy clown. I have a bone to pick with clowns. Essentially, a clown's makeup hides their emotional signals, which just makes uncertainty, which puts us on edge. And of course, it also hides their identity, which is a bit, because who the hell is the man behind the mask? Like, because who could seem like a happy, fun clown could actually be a very sinister person, and there will be a fine example of that later. Clowns can also be unpredictable even with their behavior. I mean, they can blow up a balloon and you don't know whether they're going to pop it or make you a balloon animal, and I hate balloons being popped and I hate clowns, so if a clown does that around me, expect death. And probably due to the fact that we are surrounded by a lot of negative portrayals of clowns in cock culture. Yep. Cock culture. Pop culture. For example, take Pennywise from It, Art the Clown from Terrifier, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Is it Twisty? The one from American Horror Story. Horrifying. It's been found that negative portrayals of clowns in pop culture was also a strong contributing factor towards the fear of clowns. And of course, I can't do this video and not mention John Wayne Gacy, America's real-life killer clown. Now, Gacy was a notorious serial killer who was active from 72 to 79, I think, and he was responsible for torturing, SAing, and murdering at least 33 young men and boys. And that's all I'm going to say about John Wayne Gacy, because this video is not about that piece of shit, but I just thought it was worth mentioning because, of course, we do have our real life horrific clowns. But yeah, let me know if you want a John Wayne Gacy video and I'll see if I can do one. Now, the Killer Clown Epidemic seemed to go just as quickly as it came, but what kind of effects did it leave on the world? Well, the president of the World Clown Association. Did anyone know that was a thing? Because that is an association I would not like to be a part of. No offense, guys. I'm sure you're all lovely clowns, but yeah, the president of the World Clown Association, Randy Christensen, he actually took a stand against people dressing up as clowns just with the intent to frighten people. And why? Because with good reason, actually. This whole thing was badly hurting businesses that were clown-oriented, like circuses, party clowns, other clown-related businesses. They were all being negatively affected by it. And honestly, it's like, when I first read it, I was like, World Clown Association? But now, after reading all of it, I was like, oh, now I feel bad for the clowns, and I'm someone who doesn't like clowns. As I'm sure you're aware, because I've mentioned it a million times already in this video. I noticed a while ago that Ronald McDonald had been missing in action, but I didn't realize that it was actually because of the epidemic in 2016 that he disappeared. In 2016, McDonald's actually decided to make Ronald McDonald keep a low profile, but due to the epidemic and the horror it caused, he actually ended up officially retiring for good. Like, Ronald McDonald does not exist anymore. He is gone.
Making a happy meal with Ronald and friends.
He's a friendly constant. Ta-da! Ronald McDonald, the cheerful, upbeat icon for the fast food giant McDonald's. But creepy clown sightings like these are proving to be a threat to Ronald's image, the company deciding to sideline their cheerful mascot, saying in a statement, McDonald's and franchisees in the local markets are mindful of the current climate around clown sightings in the communities, and as such are being thoughtful in respect to Ronald McDonald's participation in community events for the time being.
And I should be happy about that because he's freaky as shit, but like, it's kind of sad. That guy was sort of my childhood, as in he was just always there.
That's messed up, you know, that really just, it's not right for McDonald's to take away Ronald. Ronald didn't do anything to anybody. You know, he should still be able to run around like a clown as he wants to.
And of course, since 2016, a lot has been said about the clown craze, but a sociologist actually called 2016, quote unquote, a bad time to be a professional clown. Which, yeah, it was. The phenomenon was even linked to a significant rise in sales of clown stuff in and near Glasgow in Scotland. And during Halloween, some Floridians actually went trick-or-treating armed because they were scared that they were going to run into one of these clowns. So how many people were going around trick-or-treating in 2016 armed? Comment down below. Ultimately, a lot of the reports that were being made were fake, but that didn't stop police from issuing anti-panic warnings. Actually, on the 12th of October, the Russian embassy in London issued warnings to Russian and British civilians because of the clown epidemic. Not to mention, a lot of shops in New Zealand ended up withdrawing clown costumes from their shelves, and in the USA, schools issued a blanket ban on all clown costumes and clown masks. Target actually pulled all the clown costumes and clown masks from the store and the website, as did Canadian Tire. What's Canadian Tire? I don't know. We don't have that over here. And even wilder to me is that employees at amusement parks were being told to take off their makeup and any horror outfits before leaving, you know, just in case they were mistaken for a clown or anything. Like, I didn't realize it got that serious, to be honest. I was quite shocked when I was researching all of this. Well, something that amazed me the most is that the village of Memramcrook in New Brunswick asked its residents to not dress up as a clown for Halloween. That is insane. Like, it's Halloween. Just don't punch clowns. I'll punch the clowns for you if they come near me, don't worry. But despite all of this did not stop the clowns, because on the 25th of October, several news outlets reported on an alleged clown-initiated purge or attack, which was supposed to happen on Halloween. And while there never actually ended up being a widespread purge like they had threatened, unfortunately a family in Florida were attacked by a group of approximately 20 people wearing clown masks, apparently as well as masks that were from the purge. However, despite there literally being approximately 20 people, no arrests were ever made, but nobody was killed, which is good, but 20 people and not one arrest was made. Look, I'm just thankful nobody got killed. So while in the end, yes, people were dressing up as clowns and causing a bit of nuisance, we most certainly did not have clowns walking around that were out for blood, trying to kill people, all that gnarly shit. We did not have a killer clown epidemic. We just had a clown epidemic. A clown epidemic, sure, but a killer clown epidemic, no. And yeah, we had the odd accident, and we had, unfortunately, the one death that I mentioned, but there weren't a bunch of clowns going around trying to kill people. People were mostly just dressing up because others were, and because of the attention that this craze was receiving. They just wanted to get in on the fun, hop on a trend. It's what we do as humans. A lot of us like to hop onto trends, shit like that, especially when you're young, because a lot of these people that were arrested were actually teenagers. This really was just another case of mass hysteria, a hoax. But man, what a time to be alive. 2016, what a year. Any sightings were mere rumors. There was rarely ever any evidence behind them, or just something that you'd have to take their word for. Rumors spread like wildfire, and a lot of people take things seriously without doing their own research. We've seen it happen time and time again. The Momo Challenge, for example. None, or very few at least, were ever confirmed. I mean, think of all the people that went out clown hunting. Did anyone actually find a clown? I don't know anyone that actually came across a clown. And sure, there are all those videos on YouTube that are like, oh, we found a clown, top 10 clown sightings and shit like that, but you don't know what's real and what's not on YouTube. A lot of things are staged for views, clickbait, all that shit. I mean, who's to say they're fake, but come on, it's YouTube. Are they real? I like to think stuff's real sometimes just so I can scare myself shitless, but I'm not going to spread false information. So if it's not real, then I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to be real with you guys. And honestly, I don't think a lot of those clown sightings are real. Plus, for anyone that did come across a clown while clown hunting, did they actually try to kill you, or did they just ominously stand there and wave or disappear into trees, or just chase you? I mean, to be honest, if one chased you, I guess you wouldn't know what their intention was, so yeah, okay, fair enough. But the others, did they actually do anything? I mean, I'm not trying to downplay it. I'm sure that's still absolutely terrifying. I would, once again, shit my pants. So yeah, it was real. There were real clowns. Clowns happened, but it was still a hoax. Why? Because it was made out to be far worse than it ever was. And that pretty much concludes this video. It was a hoax. It happened, but it was a hoax. This video was a wild ride. I have seen many things searching for this video. People really like clowns. Really like clowns. Anyway, while others hate them and are terrified of them and didn't find this hoax funny at all, and I'm kind of in the middle of this, you know, I'm just like, yeah, people were just having fun. Especially as a woman as well, being out and just having someone chase you, masked or not, is horrific. Even if it was another woman chasing you, you'd be like, what the shit? And as someone who has been chased before while out and about on her own in the middle of a field, it's horrific. I can only imagine how terrifying it must have been for those who were chased by clowns. I was just chased by a thing. I was just gonna leave it at that. It was a thing. It was probably just a person, but it was weird. I'll get into it some other time. But yeah, let me know your opinions down below. Did you ever find any clowns? Do you have any stories of your own regarding the whole clown thing? Were you even able to conjure up your own thoughts when the clown thing happened, because I forget how long ago 2016 actually was. I was 15 then, I'm 23 now. I turned 24 this year. Oh my god, it was nearly a decade ago. Oh my god. The clown thing was nearly 10 years ago? I need a minute to mourn all of my time. Where is it gone? I blocked out a lot of high school, a lot of shit went down, I won't get into it, but I blocked out a lot in high school, so I actually forgot about this shit. I forgot about the killer clown craze. That is a tongue twister and a half. That, wow, okay, yeah, I'm gonna move on, because that is, yeah, wow. Despite the dark topics of it, I did enjoy researching this video. It was sort of nostalgic in a way. It was interesting to see what actually happened and learn about that, because I didn't know about a lot of this stuff that actually went on, especially the American stuff. I was more in tune with the British stuff because obviously I'm from here. But I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on things. Did you have any experiences of your own? Or did anyone you know have any experiences? How close did the sightings get to you? Because they got pretty goddamn local to me. But these two pictures were actually from somewhere very local to me. And I'm not trying to dox myself. You guys aren't going to find out where I live. I don't want any surprise clowns turning up at my doorstep. Thank you very much. Are you scared of clowns? And if so, why do you think that is? I have a weird thing with clowns. Like, I wouldn't say I'm scared of them, but I guess they just make me very uncomfortable. I don't know. Like, I don't see them and go, oh, clown. And I mean, like, I like Terrifier. I love Art the Clown. I like Pennywise. I like It. I was actually very into the 2017 It when it came out. It was like a big fixation of mine for a long time. I'm not like terrified of clowns, but they make me uncomfortable. It's like I don't mind them, but if one approached me, I would be very wary. Depending on the circumstances, of course. If one chased me, shit in my pants, everywhere, on the floor, in my pants, dripping down my leg, you name it, everywhere. Every crevice and crook and cranny you can think of, shit is there. Maybe I'm a little bit scared of clowns. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you can even find a video like this enjoyable. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, let me know. Maybe I will cover some more mass hysteria stuff. I've got more true crime planned as well. There's a lot I want to do. So just recommend anything that seems spooky, bizarre, weird, morbid, macabre, and I will look into it and see what I can do. And if you did enjoy this video, or if you didn't, I don't know, but you like me, then maybe consider subscribing and liking this video. Leave a comment down below. You can also find me, I don't think I've mentioned this before, but you can also find me on Instagram and TikTok and Blue Sky and Twitter. You can find me on all those platforms. If you do have any suggestions, let me know. I also take suggestions on TikTok if there's anything you want me to cover on there. Literally the same things as here, just in a shorter, quicker, more simplified format. For updates, my Instagram is best. I'm most active on Instagram of all social media. Don't accept balloons or clowns. Bring back Ronald McDonald. I weirdly missed that guy. Yeah, I still don't know how to end videos, so I guess I'll just... bye.